Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. Really appreciate you taking out time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it, so thank you in advance. We're back talking about another Capcom classic. Now, I did have the option of showing you the remade version of this game, but I felt it was important to show you the version that I originally fell in love with. And this is still, to me, my favorite all-time Resident Evil entry. This is Resident Evil 2. Now, we did a lovely, fantastic, fun, and wonderful playthrough of the remake on our channel, starring Zach and Steven. So you get the total Zackage with Battleship Boyd, as Steven gets scared by the same zombie multiple times. But this is about the PS2 version, the OG version, the game that I grew up on, the game that I used to play so much that we could beat this game with no memory card in one sitting. I'm talking about changing disc out and everything, which was another thing that made this game incredible, right? Being a sequel to the original Resident Evil, the double disc package, like, you know, twice the story, the Leon and Claire gameplay. We always started off with Leon just because, you know, it's Leon. Like, you know, he was a star from the beginning. Not that the Claire version is any worse. It's the same game, different weapons and stuff like that. But I always preferred the shotgun over the grenade launcher, because the grenade launcher really only has the effectiveness against the lickers. Shotgun is all purpose, baby. We're giving it out from start to finish. Now, there are some liberties being taken with this particular playthrough because I didn't feel like struggling in front of you. So I did some things, and you'll probably notice in a little bit. But I mean, the atmosphere, the feeling of desperation. One thing I really appreciated about this game was, like, everybody is trying to figure out how to help people. And I feel like in a lot of times, especially in these zombie games nowadays, there's a lot more selfishness that goes along with, like, everybody's, even you as the main character or protagonist or whatever. It always feels like it's all about self-preservation. In this game, pretty much every interaction is about getting everybody out to safely. Find survivors, find people, get these people out, you know. And especially nowadays with the way things happen and you find out in real time how people kind of go for themselves, which is kind of hard to, you know, be mad at when, you know, if a zombie outbreak came out, people would try to be getting themselves to safety. But this game is very focused on trying to figure out, one, how to stop what's going on if possible, and two, how to rescue as many people as possible. And there's a certain feeling of desperation that goes along with this game. I mean, you know, just the sounds of this original game where you hear it's just you and the sound of your own footprint. I mean, your own like walking. So you hear just like the constant tap, 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 tap. And then you get into a new area and you hear the guttural sounds of the zombies. And, you know, we're talking, you know, 15 years later, and it's still, even just playing the original version, it still has that level of haunting. Now, obviously, you know, visually, there's something that's very charming to this game to me because of the pre-rendered backgrounds and you know, and that type of visualization. Like, you know, Resident Evil 2 was such a turning point in storytelling. You know, again, this is before these things become standard. This is what set the standard. There's still a level of anxiety that I feel as I'm running around this police station, as I'm trying to find the spade key and the heart key and the diamond key and solving puzzles. And even like going through the hallways, and if you go too close to the windows, the zombies come out and grab you, things like that. Like, it still has me on edge. And I don't know if we really get that anymore. Like, there are certain games that give me a certain level of creepiness, but not a certain level of desperation. I'm so lonely in this game. And I feel like, you know, even the remake still gives you that sense of just loneliness, even when you have Mr. X walking around trying to, you know, take you down, which is a little different than how it was in the original version. I really enjoy the sense of dread that this game has, the music of it, sometimes the lack of using music to where you don't hear anything, and then all of a sudden you hear music popping up, and that kind of lets you know, like, the audio cues. These are things that weren't the standard. You know, this is not how games were really told. And now that's because of this game and games like it, you know, this has become what people are accustomed to. And if you can't do it, you know, your product isn't as good. Coming around a corner and the camera changing and you not having control of the camera angles, like, there's something to be said about that type of presentation that I really, really appreciate and enjoy, and was really glad. And I even got stuck on certain parts again, like I felt like I was, 11 years old trying to get through this game and can't figure out exactly where I'm supposed to get to the next thing at. So I had to show you this version because, like I said on the channel, we already got a playthrough of the entire remake, so go check that out. And I'd like to hear your thoughts on this game, this series, any kind of emotion that this invokes for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I appreciate you letting me reminisce with you. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe.